into the ground of our being. And as we release the breath, that energy travels back upwards to unite once again with the higher mind, this universal access that is available to all of us. And a few more cycles of breath in this way, really following the pathway as we breathe downwards, smoothing out this circuit. And with the next in-breath, once again, breathing and receiving all the way down to the root. And go ahead and suspend the breath here for a few moments, allowing the charge of energy to build here at the root, supporting this center to begin to open more fully downwards to the earth. And as we release on the exhale, allowing the energy to travel down into the earth, following this vortex down into the deep, dark layers of the earth, feeling her enfold you, grounding our nervous system into the greater body of the earth, allowing our mind to ground more fully into the eternal, allowing the settling, the stilling, and the centering that comes, and offering gratitude to the earth, the constancy of her support, steadiness, and the unconditional love and nourishment she offers us. The next in-breath, breathing and receiving upwards from the earth, breathing it into the root, breathing it up to the belly, and suspend for a few moments here at the belly, receiving the light of the earth to nourish the body, to allow it to be relaxed, open, and receptive. And as you exhale, allow that energy to simply fountain up through the body and out of the head, flowing, cascading back down around the body, back to the earth. And allow your awareness to come to rest at the center point of the heart, feeling the mind rested into the heart, feeling the heart connected to the root. And here at the center, this connection between heaven and earth, the conductor of the coherence of the bioorganism that we are. For our final breaths here of this attunement, allowing yourself to invoke the qualities that you wish to cultivate more fully in this moment within the heart. So invoking these qualities as a feeling tone that you allow yourself to genuinely feel in this moment, feeling your capacity to invoke, to generate, to feed into and amplify with each breath, and allowing that feeling tone to spread its way through the entirety of your nervous system, to the tip of every nerve, allowing it to expand out through every pore of your skin into the space surrounding you. And tuning the entirety of your field, feeling the intactness of your field in this moment, centered at the heart. Mind opening like a flower to receive all of the goodness, truth, and beauty that Matt has to offer us today in his transmission of Unveiling the Universal Mind. So you may allow your gaze to simply remain inwards, or allow it to softly open into the space, maintaining receptivity, this internal connection. So I pass it over to you, Matt.
Thank you. Thank you. Perfect preparation. And I will echo that sentiment of allowing yourself to stay open in receptivity as I explain a little bit about the nature of unveiling the universal mind to set up some context for this practice. So, when we hear mind, the knee jerk reaction is to consider it as thinking. And thinking is a very active process within the brain. And the job of thinking is to make sense of our five sense world, to make sense of what is happening in the physical world around us and the physical world inside of us. And while the universal mind is there, it will be veiled behind the thinking mind. The thinking mind is very loud compared to the universal mind. And then one layer below that is the layer of the body. And Amber has done a great job in getting us aware of the layer of the body and then the layer beyond that, which is the layer of emotion, the layer in the heart. So, our job, our opportunity, our inspired exploration for today is to notice and relax the thinking mind. Notice and relax the body. Notice and relax the emotion. And then see what is there. See what is left. And see how that universal mind, which is where inspiration comes from, which is where knowing comes from, which is where the deep insight into the nature of self and being and universe comes from, is that place in which, when we need information, information is available. But we have to learn that it's not my information. It is the information that I tune into. It is the information that I learn to receive. So that's where we're going to start, is by noticing the habit of thinking. And this can be challenging in a guided practice, so you'll notice me taking long pauses to allow the awareness to rest into the observation that I'm recommending in your own experience. So the first thing I'm going to invite you to do is tune back into that settled, open, calm, and peaceful state that Amber has invited us into. Let the mind slow down. Let any thinking relax. Let my words drift through your awareness without your mind needing to reach out and grasp them. It's as if these words are like waves gently lapping at the shore of your awareness, without considering, without needing to process. Clouds across the sky, waves on the shore, arriving and leaving in the same instant they hit your ear. As you take a few deep breaths, again, just scan the body for any tension, any guarding, any numbness, any place the body needs attention. Let the breath move from the toes, up the legs, into the pelvis, into the abdomen, into the chest, up into the shoulders, and back down. Again, looking for any place else you can relax and release. Looking for any place else that is holding and guarding. Looking for any place else that is waiting for your invitation to surrender. And now, lastly, we're going to focus on the head. So, very slowly, with as much presence and focus as you can invite, start at the jaw. How much more can you release in the jaw? Breathe into the muscles of the jaw. Notice the tongue. If you can, gently with the tip of the tongue placed on the roof of the mouth, but without tension. Notice the vertical, top to bottom aspect of the tongue. Is it relaxed? Is it released? And then notice the width, the horizontal dimension of the tongue. Is it relaxed and taking up as much space in the mouth as it needs to? Now notice the mouth and lips. Are they relaxed? Is there any habitual tension stored in the lips? Now the cheeks. See if you can notice all those little muscles behind the bones of the arch of the cheeks. Those muscles controlling the opening and closing of the nose, and let them relax. And the eyes. I want you to imagine, whether your eyes are open and closed, that they were unfocused, that the muscles around the eyes were not straining. if the eyes were open, that you were just letting all of the world land upon your eyes, letting your eyes receive instead of actively pushing your vision out into the world to meet what you're looking at. Now, the forehead. Can you relax the forehead? And lastly, the scalp. Is there any tension in the scalp? Any habitual ways that you've held tension in the scalp? Much more common than people think. And now, with the jaw, the tongue, the lips, the cheeks, the eyes, the forehead, and the scalp relaxed and open. I'm going to bring your attention to the center of your skull and see if you can notice, in that same way we strain the eyes to meet the object that we're looking at outside of us, how the energy focalizes when we're thinking a thought, how there's a tensing in the center of the skull when we're thinking a thought. See if you can let that relax as well. There's a beautiful visualization of letting the center of your skull bloom like a lotus, opening, 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 and each dewy petal as it infinitely opens like a torus, the dew collects when that petal hits the bottom of the torus, and that dew drips down the spine. As it drips down the spine into the heart, notice it as a gift unto the heart, bringing that same openness and peace, that same relaxation and ease into the heart, so that the energy of emotion comes to rest. Ah, no need for negative or positive emotion in this minute, in this moment. No fear, no joy, no sadness, no happiness, just open receiving. Ah, Notice how good that feels to not have to think. Notice how good that feels to let the emotions be at rest without grasping or avoiding anything. Ah, if these next few instructions don't make logical or rational sense, just imagine as if they did. Know that you already know how to let the etheric energy body also come to that same stillness, both here in the physical and in the etheric realm. Letting the astral body come to that same stillness, both here and in the astral realm. And then lastly, the mental body present, open, receptive, consciously aware in the mental realm. This is the mechanics of you being open to insight, to wisdom, in that place from which wisdom comes. Feel that openness, that surrenderedness in the body, in the head, in the heart, in the energy bodies, in the mental body, so that it is in tune with the mental realm. And notice as it's relaxed and non reactive, how all the information that ever was and ever will be is available to flow in and through you, to allow you to receive. And in that receiving, because the mind is relaxed and open, in the same way we relaxed our eyes, the mind doesn't have to grip at the data. All of that wisdom and insight can land on the shore of the mind. And in the same way that we trust the sea, trust the ocean, to leave on the shore what the ocean desires the shore to have. We can trust that our receptivity is what is necessary to receive any of God's wisdom, any data of this universal mind, the mind of the universe itself. Non attached, non grasping, with a gentle buoyancy of gratitude, just to be here in the place where the mind of the divine can speak to and through us. I'm going to give us about 60 seconds to rest in this openness. This is a place you can return to anytime. This place is always here. The door is never locked. There's an aspect of you that is always here. You can always visit. This is not separate from you. This is always available. Those of you who would like to return to this place, my invitation is to plant a golden flag in the cosmos, in this place you are right now. A flag of consciousness, that this aspect of self can know and return to anytime it needs. Know that that flag cannot be lost. As we start to return, we start to re enter. We'll climb back down the ladder in the same way that we climbed up. First, into the astral body, the dreaming body, the body that we take every night into the dreaming realm. For those of you who are lucid dreamers and astral projectors, that body. Acknowledge this is me too. And then back into the etheric, energetic body. In the etheric realm, this body that is constantly sensing and noticing the energy that appears to be in the physical world, but is actually in this etheric realm. And then back into that heart, so open and surrendered. Maybe just opening it up with a little bit of love, a little bit of care, a little bit of compassion, a little bit of gratitude. And then into the thinking mind again. Now, finally, allowing it to do all of the awareness, the pondering, the noticing, the sense making and meaning making of the experience that you just had. Wow, what a journey, the mind says. Wow, look where we just went. Wow. And then back into your physical body, maybe some deep breaths, maybe some subtle movements. Gratitude for the body, gratitude for the mind, gratitude for these people here with us in this practice, and all the people who will be watching it in the future, and all those people whose hard work gave us the wisdom and the opportunity to practice, who set the stage for this moment. And then gently a smile to acknowledge and appreciate all of it. Feel that smile radiating throughout your body, throughout your heart, throughout all of your energy selves, and into the world around you. And with that, I'm going to pass the digital talking stick back to Amber for a capping prayer.
Wow. Thank you, Matt. We'll see if words will form as I greatly expanded there. That was very deep. Appreciate that. From this space of our attunement to our totality, may we recognize that it is from this state that the sincere prayers of our heart are most empowered and received by life. So I first want to invite each and everyone present to tune into the sincere prayers within your heart. What are those seeds that you want to energize in this moment from this state of coherence? And just taking a few moments to breathe life into them, to allow them to become lucid within your awareness. And as you breathe all of this energy in, focusing the breath into the heart, these seeds receive this light as the activation that is required for them to begin to swell with life. And as they swell with life, that seed casing also swells and softens until it begins to crack open. And the seed continues to unfurl itself, roots extending down, growth reaching up and out. And allow the essence of these seeds to begin to reach from your heart into the world. Continuing to breathe life and follow the accelerated growth as they extend into their expression to find their purpose in this world. See them vibrant, flourishing. And collectively, may we nourish the seed of prayer for the entirety of this world at this moment of extreme transformation, recognizing the chaos that precedes a reorganization into higher order. The prayer we cast into the world in this time is that each and every one of us finds the still point of coherence amidst the chaos, continues to open to the access to the universal mind that guides us, fills us with inspiration to act in accord with what is most true, with what we are being called into to be of support for this time of transformation. We cast a prayer of knowing the safety that comes when we root ourselves into this infinitely stable core, that the swirl of all of the activity can happen, and we know that we are here, moment by moment, acting on behalf of life, in service to life. And we hold in the light of our vision the world that exists on the other side of the chaos. The world that truly supports all of life to thrive as it is naturally designed to. Just breathing into the space. And we release these prayers into the world with gratitude to be awake inside of the dream, consciously participating in this dance of life and bringing all that we are to the table. Thank you, thank you, thank you.